Hello gamers! Although I'm in my basement, that doesn't mean I can't cook up builds. Today, we're going to be learning how to build a nuke in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, one of the greatest TTRPG systems of all time. Now, I might have made a couple slender statements to you D&D bubbleheads, but I will let this build explain itself. So, the build around is going to be going into spellshot gunslinger, and then you're going to pick up the beastgunner archetype. And especially, if you have the spell woven shot action, you can load and activate a piece of magical ammunition as a free action before making a spell sling attack once per 10 minutes. Now, you may be a little bit confused. You may ask, hey, Saroj Chili Curryman, what possible meaning could one derive from this specific sequence of words? In my very sophisticated brain, I go, oh my god, that is 2 spell for 1 bullet. 2 spell, 1 bullet, free combo, Costco deal, really good. And I would agree with my sophisticated self. To put it quite lightly, we shall go into the archives of Netis. So Spellwoven Shot, you get this at the 4th level when you're going into Spell Shot, which is a class archetype for gunslingers. Gunslingers shoot bullet. Bullet, cool. But what if you like spell and bullet? Then you go Spell Shot. It allows you for 3 actions to basically take a spell that requires you to roll a d20 to hit something, but then you imbibe it into your bullet. So gunslinger really good at shoot bullet. Yes, one of the best. Very good at shoot bullet. So bullet plus spell, really great. Gunslinger not so good at spell. It's okay in spell, but not as good at spell. So you take the good bullet, the best bullet, you imbibe a good, beautiful max rank-ish spell, and boom, you deal a lot of extra damage. It's pretty neat. I would say it's pretty neat. Although this is not the most best way to DPS max, I would say it's a really fun way to DPS max. There's definitely more optimal ways to run this. You can use this to spam weaknesses and things like that, depending on which spells you chose. But it doesn't matter. And then the main thing that I like about here is you can activate a piece of magical ammunition. I'm dropping the British accent. You can activate a piece of magical ammunition as a free action as well. So when you do for spell sling is basically the exact same thing as spell woven shot, right? But it's for the beastgunner archetype. So the ammunition that I like to activate is the spell strike ammunition, which genuinely just does the exact same thing, except it's with spellwoven shot. So you just get another spell that's just attached to it. So you get a singular bullet at the beginning of combat with 2 spells woven onto it. Now, if that bullet misses, you are also wasting 2 spells, which genuinely sucks. But that's okay, we'll deal with that later. So let's go back into it, right? So what do we want? We will nuke people, but really, how much do we want to gamble? What is our strategy after nuking? What attributes and skills should we be prioritizing, and how much damage does this actually do? So, building the nuke, I'm going to be using Blazing Bolt in the higher levels, Disintegrate. Disintegrate, I freaking love this spell, because literally, if you kill somebody with it, they instantly just turn into ash. It's peak. Blazing Bolt actually has a lot of synergy because the second, you get like a second ray with it that you can like shoot off at other enemies. So with some pseudo AoE. And this is some magical ammunition. Slight issues, magical ammo is hella expensive, so we're gonna craft to mitigate some costs. What do we do after the nuke? We are a freaking gunslinger. We are going to DPS him down and maybe do some neat stuff. I would say some neat stuff is probably going to go to expert spellcasting and arcane breath at higher levels for getting more utility spells like haste, um, more AoE stuff could be nice. Generally speaking, though, you don't really need that. You can use it for, in my personal experience, actually, you don't really need the Arcane Breath because you're not going to be casting spells for the rest of combat. So maybe more for that haste and utility spells. You should allow your try to convince your DM to allow the complex crafting and watch us where you get more cheaper stuff. Get battle medicine. I think battle medicine is pretty nice. Other things is alchemists. Since you're going into high intelligence anyways, getting alchemy stuff is pretty good. Actual building, I would say dex, then intelligence. And then you do wisdom for some will stuff. And then constitution or charisma for the finals. If you're going into that, you can go into more of the deceit route and try to get people off guard with you with a diversion if you do the pistolero stuff. So you can use charisma for that. But it's kind of not. Other one is crafting arcana medicine. I would say crafting if you're doing complex crafting and allowing yourself to, you know, get a lot more out of crafting. But in my personal experience playing with this, I think arcana actually was a really nice thing to do because then you can know a lot more with the reload. Sort of like, oh, this is what weaknesses they have, then I can use spells to exploit that weakness. Tinker is really good with specialty crafting if you can convince your DM that making bullets is technically blacksmithing. Recall knowledge and recognize spell also go crazy. And yeah, for the last one, just go crazy with crafting feats in general. They're so fun, and they allow you to shave off a lot of stuff, given a lot of downtime. So, average damage, you could see. I'm not even going to talk about D6s. If you want to think about it in D6s, just divide each of these by, like, 7 or so, and that's how much, like, D6 is around. I would say my favorite build around of choice was the spider gun, because it just does D10s of damage, which is nice. But yeah, it scales quite nicely per level. It's okay. I would say, though, there is a secret combo at higher levels if you go to Controlled Bullet. So Controlled Bullet allows you to, basically, 2 actions. And if you continue to make strikes, you can do it, like, up to 3 times. Right? For example, right here. Yeah, make a beast cast against a creature within the first range increment. And then you can, and on a hit, the shot tears through the target and continues toward another target you can see. You can make a strike against this new target. And I think, yeah, you can continue to make strikes against new targets in the same way until your attack misses, at which point your shot dissipates. You can't make a strike against a target you already attacked there. So it's literally just a ping, 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 ping. This is at feat 16, so it's really powerful. Combo this with Disintegration Bolt. Right here at level 15. And you genuinely just get a Disintegrate spell. You activate Disintegration Bolt. And you just get a literal level 6 Disintegrate attached to your bullet. So as it's tearing through everything, it's genuinely just like going crazy. I will say, if you want to go more into the disintegration sub-route, I would suggest going down Alchemist, because the disintegration spell itself is based on your spells, your class DC. Oh, well, it's based on your spell DC, beastgunner spell DC, which you only get like expert in. But you can become I think you can become a master in your class DC as a gunslinger, and it will just scale better. So that's why actually going munitions crafter into alchemist really helps. But it's sort of that like non-bow synergy where like you're going, you can't really dedicate both to magical and alchemical crafting. It's kind of weird. So yeah. But yes. But this is magical ammunition as well. The alchemical ammunition isn't really that good, compared to the magical stuff, but magical stuffs don't scale as well, so you're kind of in a lose-lose there. But yeah, I really like this build. I tried it. I had a lot of fun rolling a crap ton of dice. That's only the. It's not even like the DPS of this build is all right. It's not even that great. It's all just for the sillies. Now I will say, because you're doing 3 actions to basically shoot, please go halfling. Just genuinely go halfling so that you can re-roll that attack at high enough levels. Otherwise, just spray and pray. Other than that, I really love a gunslinger because it's a lot of high risk, high reward. Especially when you start freaking critting. That's really nice. But yeah, I mean, you can use wizard stuff, but even then, it's kind of meh. So yeah, and that should be it for now. Thank you. I've been in the dark this entire time. Okay, great.